Welcome back, and of course, thanks for being with us on Morning Live. Let's take a quick look at what's making headlines in some of the newspapers this morning. Here are some of those front pages, starting with Business Day. So their stories this morning on that front page: royalties win for mining houses. SARS must apply single percentage in Richards Bay Minerals case. Now, mining companies that produce multiple minerals are poised to benefit from a precedent-setting High Court ruling that the South African Revenue Service should implement a single mining royalty percentage for all unprocessed mineral resources rather than calculating the royalties separately. So that's a big story for the mining companies. Picture there of the aftermath of that earthquake in Taiwan. Also, Mapisa Ngakula steps down under a cloud, and Joburgers are the biggest spenders. Johannesburg residents top the list of South Africa's highest spenders, splurging 49% more than the average citizen. A joint study by Discovery Bank and Visa shows. Cape Town follows in second place and Durban in third. So those are some of the stories in the front on the front page of this morning's Business Day. Moving on to the Star this morning, Seoul bus disaster survivor goes home, and the story of the 8-year-old girl from Botswana who was the sole survivor in that horror bus crash where 45 Botswana nationals died in Limpopo. She's been discharged from hospital and, of course, making her way home. That is a story that I saw people commenting on quite extensively yesterday. Also, Mangaung officials demand money for employment. Mangaung municipality and its city manager, Sillo More, were disgraced yesterday when whistleblower Ntabeleng Mokoena laid bare a jobs for sale scandal at that municipality. And also, Nosiviwe falls on her sword. Mapisa Ngakula resigns with immediate effect. Moving on to the Citizen going with cash crash hits charities. About 50 kids will have to be tossed onto the street when Epworth Children's Village shuts its doors next month due to a lack of funding because of bureaucratic red tape. But that is just the tip of the iceberg, as non-profit organizations increasingly find themselves out in the cold, receiving little sympathy from government. And again, another picture, it all came tumbling down in Taiwan after that major earthquake. And SARS targets enablers of organized crime. ANC Youth League vets take on Zuma. Those some of their stories. Soet, finally this morning, the numbers behind a deadly war on crime. Police have shot dead 393 suspects in the last financial year, most in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. 14 killed yesterday, and the watchdog says volume of cases is overwhelming as the latest incident sparked debate about whether cops are trigger happy or justified. And of course, Mapisa Ngakula throws in the towel, and widow interdicts the late hubby's children. Heavy schedule, don't bother Sundowns anymore. Some of the Sowetan stories. So that's your newspapers, the front pages of some of them. And don't forget sabcnews.co.za. And this is, of course, where you can follow some of our stories that we cover, and of course, much, much more. And if you haven't yet downloaded the app, you may want to do so, especially today as our reporters follow on some of the biggest stories. It's 7 o'clock.